everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Knightfall Batman, and this is the black and gray variant. This is part of the brand new wave of Batman figures. I got this guy at Target, so let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane Toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Batman. Here he is in the package. Looks like he has a Batarang, total of 4 hands, collector's card, and display stand. One side of the package, Batman, black suit variant from Knightfall. Other side, somebody says Batman. At the bottom, there's his barcode, if that helps anybody. And on the back side, you can see a black and white picture of Batman fighting the Mad Hatter from Knightfall. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Here's the black and gray version of the Knightfall Batman, next to the blue and gray version. Which one do you guys like better? Personally, I'm opting toward the blue and gray version. And let's not forget, they also made a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version of the Knightfall Batman. Now that is the definitive best version out there. And I did get the entire wave today, including the 2 Platinum Chase variants. Took 3 targets, but here we go. Now I just need to get a couple more of the Platinum figures for my unopened collection. But, huge step in the right direction. We have both versions of Azrael in his Batman armor, the Knightfall Batman, and then both versions of the first appearance Detective Comics number 27 Batman. Alright, now that this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He comes with a display stand, a collector's card, a total of 4 hands, and then a Batarang. Before I take a look at all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is Knightfall Batman, repainted in black and gray colors. Now Knightfall Batman in the comics wore the blue and gray colors, and this is just a variant. Either you're a blue and gray Batman guy or a black and gray Batman guy. Personally, I kind of like both. I think blue and gray is more so from the 50s through the 90s, and then black and gray is a little more modern. But Batman appears in both colors on and off throughout the years. Now this is done on the Knightfall Batman body, which I really like. I'd say it's probably my favorite Batman body. Yeah, it's a little small compared to some of the other larger Hush and 3 Jokers Batman figures, but I wish the entire line was about the size of this Knightfall Batman. So, let's take a look. Starting with his head here, he has the sort of semi-long ears, traditional looking cowl and face, stern mouth, jaw and personality, white lenses on the eyes. Looks pretty good for the profile. He has the traditional oval around the bat symbol on the chest, light gray outfit, capsule utility belt, black trunks, black gloves, black boots, black cape and cowl, and then gray outfit. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees, sort of pointed boots. As a whole, he looks great, and it's a very logical variant to the Knightfall Batman. I'd say it doesn't surpass the original, at least not so far, but it is a really good variant. Personally, I wouldn't mind seeing sort of an all black or really dark gray and black paint variant, kind of Troika style, just after Knightfall and Night's End. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt, almost perfect. Here's the figure, broken down as far as he can go, with all of his removable parts detached. Here are the accessories. Let's start off the boring stuff. Here's a display stand. We've seen it a million times before. It's a black circle, thin, basic, but effective. Now for his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Batman fighting the Mad Hatter from Knightfall, but this is done in sort of a sketch, black and white color scheme. Batman, black suit variant. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, pause now. And then here are the collector's cards from the blue and gray Knightfall on the left, the black and gray Knightfall in the middle, and the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive on the far right. Now let's check out his hands. He has a total of 4 of them, 2 right hands and 2 left hands. Here he is with his first pair of hands. These are his fists. And here's the other pair of hands. This is a pair of gripping hands. Here's his Batarang. It's a typical shaped Batarang from the Adam West show to the 90s comics, but it's painted in black. Looks pretty good. Another one to add to the Bat Armory. Here's Batman holding and getting ready to throw that Batarang. Now I wanted to check out the differences and similarities between the black and gray Knightfall Batman and the original blue and gray version. And besides the obvious paint differences, it's 100% the same figure, same sculpt, same articulation. So let's take a look. Start with their heads here. Like I said, same sculpt, but of course he's got black where he has blue. Notice the gray is also a little bit darker on this new one. Same bat symbol, same utility belt. Same sculpted articulation. Even the same cape, but they both look damn good. Now we have 3 different versions of the Knightfall Batman. The single blue and gray release, the single black gray release, and then the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version. Now the biggest complaint about the original one is that the gray was a little too light. The San Diego one has a little bit darker gray, and this black gray version is pretty comparable. Now, rumor is there's going to be a 4th Knightfall Batman in a 2-pack with Bane. I'm hoping or expecting that one to be slightly battle damaged, but we should see pretty soon. McFarlane also made a Catman figure out of the Knightfall body. Smart reuse. They both look fantastic, giving us 4 different figures utilizing the Knightfall Batman body, and they're all fantastic releases. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at the figure and his accessories, let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing right at about 7 inches tall, which you can translate to just under 18 centimeters, and if you go to the top of the ears, about 7.2 inches tall. And for his articulation, starting with his head, of course, it can rotate side to side. He can look up a tiny bit, down about that much. Can tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders, a ball joint, goes up about 90 degrees, up, down, around. He's got a butterfly ring between his shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion and covering the gap. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can rotate, and it's going to be hinged. Ball joint his torso. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one in his waist. Rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion in the torso area. My guy's pretty tight, and that's a good thing. Legs, complete to the splits. McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is minimal at best. Legs go forward about that much. Go to the side, they go up just a tiny bit more. Back, not at all. Double jointed knees. And then his ankle, forward and back. Rotate, tilt, rock, and of course, toe articulation. Here's Batman on a rooftop overlooking Gotham City. It starts off with Batman at the Batcave. He's doing some research at the Batcomputer. He spent the last month or two trying to track down all the different rogues. Bane broke every single Batman villain out of Arkham Asylum. Batman has been hunting them down one by one. He's getting weaker and weaker. Bane has been watching him, learning how he fights, learning his skills, his tactics, how to take him down. Bane surprises Batman at the Batcave. In the comics, Bane is extremely intelligent. He was one of the few rogues to actually deduce and figure out who Batman actually is. Here's Bane. After he hit his Venom button, he's jacked up and ready to fight, and Batman is at his weakest point ever. It's in this moment that Bane lifts Batman clear over his head. Bane then lifts up one knee and proceeds to break the bat. Bane brings Batman's broken body to the center of the city, goes on to the highest rooftop and lifts him over his head. He then says, "I am Bane. This city is mine. Batman is no more. I have destroyed him. I rule these streets. I rule Gotham. Here's your hero, your protector. Take him and bury him." And then throws Batman off the roof. Batman lands on the ground, surrounded by GCPD officers. Bullock, Montoya, Gordon, and some other cops are looking down at this broken Batman, wondering if he'll ever stand or move again. An ambulance comes, picks up Batman, takes him away. Little do the police know, it's actually Alfred and Jean-Paul Valley taking Bruce Wayne back to the Batcave. After Bruce Wayne had his back broken, they realize Gotham City still needs a Batman. Alfred and Tim Drake ask Jean-Paul Valley if he can fill in for Batman. Here's Jean-Paul Valley first putting on the Batsuit. Over time, he upgraded the suit, added the claws, and eventually, he makes a full armored suit. Before he has the full armored suit, he hunts down some of Bane's henchmen from Knightfall. Here's Jean-Paul Valley taking out Zombie, Trog, and Bird. Later, after Jean-Paul's been Batman for a little while, he develops his armored suit and takes on Bane. He starts off by launching batarang discs all over Bane, sticking them into his skin and flesh. After a long, drawn-out bloody fight, Azrael has beaten Bane. He has the upper hand. He's He's about to strike that killing blow, and right before he kills Bane, he stops, drops it down, and says, "No, I'm not going to kill you. Blackgate Prison can hold the pieces. You are broken, Bane." And then Gordon watches and thinks, maybe it is still the same Batman. Now let's check them out. Next is some other action figures, starting off with some other Knightfall Batman figures. Here are all three versions of McFarlane's Knightfall Batman. The single blue and gray release, the single black and gray release, and then the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive version, which is my favorite Batman figure of all. Rumor is there's going to be another one coming in a 2-pack with Bane, and I hope that one is going to be battle damage of some sort, and not an exact re-release of this guy. And then, of course, like we covered before, Catman here also uses the Knightfall Batman body. Here's this Batman next to Azrael in his Batman armor from Knightfall. This is the first figure to kick off McFarlane's Knightfall line. I took an extra Knightfall Batman and an extra Azrael Batman armor, and then did a forearm swap, which was a little bit more difficult than I anticipated, and then I made Jean-Paul Valley in the regular Batsuit with the claws. This is when he started changing his uniform and becoming Azrael and Batman armor. McFarlane also made Catwoman for Knightfall in her 90s purple outfit, and the most recently released Knightfall figure is this Knightfall Nightwing. Technically, these are the 4 only officially released Knightfall characters they've done: Azrael, Batman, Nightwing, and Catwoman. And here are all of the different figures that are officially labeled Knightfall. We have 2 versions of Catwoman, 3 versions of Batman, 1 Nightwing, and then 3 versions of Azrael in his Batman armor, although technically the 2 newest Azrael figures are labeled Knight's End, and while technically not part of the Knightfall line, this Bane and Tim Drake Robin fit in pretty nicely. Bane is actually for the Rebirth comics, has that harness on his chest. They haven't given us a proper Knightfall Bane yet. Hopefully the 2-pack one is not just this guy re-released, but some alterations made to him. And then I'm not sure how the upcoming Mr. Zaz is going to be labeled. But that's exactly how he looked at Knightfall. He also looked that way in Shadow of the Bat, so might not be labeled Knightfall, but he'd be welcome to add to this collection as well. Here's McFarlane's Knightfall Batman, compared with DC Direct's DC Essentials Knightfall Batman, and the Mattel DC Universe Classics Knightfall Batman, each one specifically labeled Knightfall, and looks like just a traditional Batman. Now let's check them out. Next is some other McFarlane Batman figures. Here's the black and gray Knightfall Batman, next to the black and gray Hush Batman. For the most part, either the Knightfall Batman or the Hush Batman is your favorite Batman figure out there. Personally, I think I'm going to go with the Knightfall Batman, but I really like the Hush Batman as well. Now you can see the big size difference. Knightfall Batman is probably about 7.1 inches tall, Hush Batman probably about 7.4 inches tall. And I wish the entire line was the scale of the Knightfall Batman, but unfortunately that's just not the reality we live in. We have Batman figures a little on the smaller side like Knightfall, and then on the larger side like Hush, which I think is far too large, but it all depends on what figures you put them next to. And just like the Knightfall Batman, they made a blue and gray and black and gray version. They did the exact same thing with the Hush Batman. Now which one is your favorite? The Knightfall Batman or the Hush Batman? Drop me a line in the comments below. In addition to that, which one do you like better? The blue and gray Batman or the black and gray Batman? Personally, this is my favorite Batman figure in the entire line, and this is my second favorite. As you can tell, I kind of prefer the blue and gray look to Batman, but much love for the black and gray as well. Here he is, with several older McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. These are all from the comics, and are from McFarlane's first couple of years. And here he is, next to several more McFarlane DC Multiverse Batman figures. These are a little bit more recent, and are also all from the comics. You can see the scale difference. The Hush Batman and the Three Jokers Batman are considerably taller than Knightfall. He's a pretty similar height to the Rebirth Batman. Then, next to some more Batman figures. These are from different various forms of media. Now let's check them out. Next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the rest of his wave. We have both the red and blue Platinum Chase variants of Azrael as Batman armor. Then, of course, this Knightfall Batman in the middle. And then both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of the first appearance Detective Comics 27 Batman. Here's this Batman, next to the Target exclusive Cassandra Cain Batgirl and Arrival. And here he is, with the JLA wave, Collective Built Plastic Man. We have both the blue and red Platinum Chase versions of Superman, 2 fully completed versions of Plastic Man, Black Suit Batman, regular and Platinum Aquaman, and then regular and Platinum John Stewart Green Lantern figures. Then, next to the recent Page Puncher wave, Superman, Ghost of Krypton, we have both the Platinum Chase armored and regular version of Val-Zod, Armored Superman, Ghost of General Zod, and both the regular and Platinum Chase variants of Brainiac. And now, with the digital wave, we have the Silver Age Hal Jordan Green Lantern, the DC Rebirth Batman, and the DC Classics Aquaman. Here he is, next to the Amazon exclusive Kilowog and Kyle Rayner Green Lantern 2-pack. And finally, next to the Walmart exclusive Wally West Flash and Vampire Nightwing. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller, and I'm going to include as many Batman figures as I can during these comparisons. Since we already checked him out, next to a bunch of other McFarlane Batman figures, here he is, next to some more McFarlane toys. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane toys, all 7-inch scale, and now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some DST or Diamond Select toys, here's this Batman, next to a Taser, and here he is, next to some DC Direct and NECA Batman figures, then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures, and now, with some Mezco and Mattel Batman figures, next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally, with some SH Figure Arts Batman figures, and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, this is an absolutely fantastic Batman figure. The black and gray repaint of the Knightfall Batman is not accurate for the Knightfall comics, but it's a variant that makes so much sense. Pretty much you have Batman in the blue and gray outfit, or Batman in the black and gray outfit. Whatever your poison, it's a fantastic figure. His accessories, extra hands, batarang, it's all good. Sculpt and paint job, excellent. Articulation is everything to expect from a modern McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. If I were to rate this guy, I'm going to give him a very solid 8 out of 10. And if that's the case, I'd give the blue one an 8.5 out of 10. And the San Diego one, probably a 9 out of 10. These are just some fantastic Batman figures. And even though this is my least favorite of the 3, he's still an awesome release. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll talk to you guys real soon.